day. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
By Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Again, everyone, Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led, of course, by their second-year quarterback from LSU, Joe Burrow.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And incomplete to open things up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Burrow now off the bootleg. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. First down, here's Burrow. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Eric Stokes. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick-6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick-6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. They'll run with Gibson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. At Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Yetur Gross-Matos drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Devontae Smith deep to return. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading him out, the rookie from Ohio State at 22 years of age, it's Justin Fields.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 20 carries, 108 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
A handoff for Etienne.
That's what he
He'll
is.
get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
And that's a pleasing run there by Travis Etienne, and every time I see him carry it, I think of the word mature. Why? 4 full seasons at Clemson, not something you normally get with a running back. Had almost 5,000 yards rushing, the school record, along with 70 rushing touchdowns. That's both the school record and ACC record. The second running back taken in the draft after Najee Harris from Alabama, number 25 overall. He's now wearing number 1 in the NFL after wearing number 9 at Clemson. He loves those single digits.
They'll run here with Hubbard. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And this will be a touchback. Barrios deciding not to bring it out. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover. You just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Now Burrow on first down. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. Burrow will throw. And that will be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, ETN once more. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
From the 50, here's Fields. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
They didn't need much. They didn't get much. But what they did get was enough for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 44, Fields. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense?
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he'll go down at the 28. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields, throw left side complete to Chase. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On second down, Etienne once more. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Hubbard will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Hubbard again, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chuba Hubbard with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. Interesting stat line right now. Technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield, because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over on the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see.
Jeff Gladney able to come up and make the tackle.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And he'll complete this to Gibson. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Smith to return it. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Now Etienne to start the drive. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now Fields. Open man is Chase, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Fields. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing on third down, Fields. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We begin with a good one out in Southern California. Tampa Bay taking on the LA Rams. And it's the Rams who have the lead in the second quarter. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, let's head to the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, to check in on the Broncos. And at the half, they trail the visiting Jets in that ball game. Christian McCaffrey has a touchdown there. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Trevor Lawrence, terrific in the air with over 400 passing yards there. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded right at the goal line, and Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Second half starts with a run by Etienne. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Jamar Chase. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are running away with this one.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
McPherson on for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 57 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A handoff for Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 17, Burrow. Wide open, Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Vikings. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 24. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Here's a give to Etienne. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll run here with Etienne. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Making the tackle there, the former Giant Dalvin Tomlinson. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hubbard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
this offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side with ETN.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run. It's ETN. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. ETN once more, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chuba Hubbard with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Burrow. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Burrow. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing again, it's Burrow. He'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Burrow looking to pass. He'll find Gibson here complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. It'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Vaughn. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. On 2nd and goal. Burrow. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Sam Sloman now for the point after. And the lead is down to 24. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's polished off by a Viking score. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll run with Etienne. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They snap it to Fields. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. This one from 35 yards away. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again.